Colombia's President Alvaro Uribe came to Atlanta to attend the America's Competitiveness Forum. He was one of 3 presidents from Latin America who was interested in meeting about the economic development of their countries. Before the forum kicked off, Mr. Uribe met with several hundred members of Atlanta's Colombian community in the gymnasium of Druid Hills High School. He was met by a rousing performance of the Druid Hills High School marching band and its dancers, the Dazzling Divas. Before his formal remarks, Mr. Uribe turned to the band and thanked them for their performance.
I want to express my gratitude and my admiration for the musical band. In Colombia, we are making all the effort to get in every municipality a musical band with musical school annexed to the band. When I was governor in my province, one of our goals was to create one musical band and one musical school in every town. And we fulfilled this goal. And we used to say, when one child embraces a musical instrument, he or she will never shoot a gun against the people.
According to Everrett Patrick, the school's principal, Druid Hills High School is a top-ranked school in the country, and many members of its band also participate in the school's symphonic band, for which they get academic credit.
Mr. Patrick, tell us about your music program here at Druid Hills High School.
Well, at Druid Hills, we currently have the symphonic band, marching band. We also have a wonderful orchestra and a chorus program.
The marching band performed for the President of Colombia recently. Tell us what their scope of activities are.
Well, the marching band is closely tied to the symphonic band. Marching band, as most will know, is an extracurricular activity, and their major function is to support the football team. But the majority of I would say probably about 90% of those students are also involved in the symphonic band, which is an elective. They can receive academic credit for taking that during the school day.
When do they start as being qualified for the band?
You can actually, in DeKalb County, you can be in the marching band in the 8th grade, mainly because middle schools don't have a marching band. So students that are in the feeder pattern for Druid Hills, our feeder school is Shamrock Middle School, the students can actually start performing with the marching band in the 8th grade, and they can go throughout their 12th grade year.
Do they get private instruction?
Some do. It just depends. When it comes to private instruction, that would fall largely on the parents. We have one major, not one major, but we have a primary band director, that's Mr. James Anderson, and then he has about 3 assistants. But in terms of just private lessons, that would come through the parent, not through the school.
What do you think are the educational benefits of being a member of the band or the symphonic?
Well, I think that any extracurricular activity is going to help a student in terms of their academics. There are obviously reports that you can get statistics on being in a band, having experience with playing an instrument, how that's going to support you academically. But I think some of the other issues that we could look at on the positive side of being in the marching band or in the band in general would be the attendance. It supports kids tend to come to school more when they're involved in the band program, and then obviously it's a humanity, so it supports the art. So I don't have the specifics in general, but typically students that are in the band program do well academically. Not necessarily marching band, but orchestra as well. Orchestra and symphonic and marching band, if you look at the grades of those students, they tend to do pretty well academically.
And they go to all the football games?
Absolutely. They attend every football game that our football team plays in.
Do they do anything else? Do they perform for the school on occasion?
Absolutely. They are involved with pep rallies. I have a pretty active marching band. They're not large in numbers, but they're very involved. They will participate in the homecoming parade. They go to college football games and sometimes are on exhibition at the college football games. They've participated in college homecoming parades. So they participate outside of just the football games. They're also in Atlanta. There are several marching band competitions that they participate in both the fall and in the spring.
And then there were dancers that went along with the band at the meeting with the president of Colombia. Do they also go to the football games? Are they majorettes?
Right. We don't currently have majorettes, but we have a dance team, which they're called the Dazzling Divas. But pretty much every performance that the marching band's involved in, they're going to be involved in as well. They're really not a separate entity. They're part of the marching band.